Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tally the Votes Amazing Race European Adventure Week slash leg number 4. I am Christy, and I am here today again. Once again, we find ourselves here, guys, with Jamie and David. How are you guys?
I'm good. I don't have to run down the street, carry a backpack, catch a cab, coach any horses. I just had to get through my day in the southern Midwest.
I am most excellent. Of course, I don't have a significant other crying because she can't dance, even though she's a professional dancer. So I feel good about myself at the moment. And you know, that guy's just got to put up with it too, because he's so far out of his weight class at that point. He's got to put up with whatever she does.
What do
You
you
got
think
it.
was it making her mad that she was it because she thought she should be doing better than she was doing, or was it that the Chata sisters came in and swept her
Oh my God,
and
they really did.
they're dancers? So was it both, one or
Maybe
the other?
maybe a little bit of that, but like this is I mean, I don't know. I don't know all of the things of cheer dance and cheer camp. But I was just gonna assume that the type of dancing that she's done, because she was talking about like how she's trained with 8-step.
Everything's on 8 counts.
Yeah, is that it's very like choreographed to like cheer routines,
Mm-hmm.
which is definitely an entirely different type of dance. And she was like trying to tell her like what was it, like a 30 count or something, and she's
But
like, that's
just
so different than an 8 count, and
it's
she just
it's
couldn't do
not.
it.
It's just counting, Cat, and just have them
Just breathe, man.
clap the beat out for you so that you know what it is, right?
Yeah,
Because
make it a cheer.
if it's a
Make
3
it a cheer.
count, it's going to be a waltz. If it's, a box step, it's going to be a 4 count. There's different things there. And I just feel like if she
She
had any
really
sort of dance training, I would think you'd be able to
she should have been able to work
kind of
around it,
adjust.
right?
And they're an interesting couple because this was the guy who was like throwing a hissy fit like a 3-year-old on the ice last week.
Yeah.
But then this week he steps up, he does the horse thing, he does the dancing thing with seemingly no problem.
Yeah.
And he didn't
Yep.
get upset, and he seemed like a different person from last week. So apparently they take turns wearing that hat, I guess. I don't know.
The stress can only affect one of them. That's the
Oh,
rule.
yeah.
That's the type of relationship they have. Only one person
Only one
is
can flip
allowed
out at once.
because the other person is
was-
the one who fishes them out of the hole, right? Like,
And I think
Right.
he's only allowed to freak out if she agrees to let that
Or he
freak
can
out.
see when she's freaking out and she needs me now, I will turn mine off and give,
There you
which is
go.
also
That could be fair.
good.
I mean, that
That's also good.
yep.
But and that's pretty good. A good skill to have for someone who's a beer bottle perfectionist.
I'm gonna have to
definitely-
dump that out.
Start
Definitely
all
not
over.
good at the
It's
ice
contaminated.
skating, you know.
Yeah. So we start again in Prague. So this is the morning after, and they have to immediately go to the train station and then make their way to Budapest,
Mhm.
Hungary. And this is cool because I mean,
I
it's gonna
liked
be
the train arrangements. I loved
Yeah.
getting the hell that the group went through just to get an extra hour.
Oh, and I thought for sure they were going to
On
get
that
delayed
second
and
group.
end up being later, and I would have thought that would have been delicious.
right.
Oh my
You know,
god.
because they did that to save the hour.
Right. I wondered if how long the actual train ride itself was supposed to be.
Oh, they were leaving at like 10 at night, and they were
Yep,
getting
to
in at
get
8 in the
there
morning.
at
So
8 in the
assuming there
morning.
wasn't a time
That
change.
seems like a really long time on the train. I feel like
Well, there could have been a time change. I mean, it could have been, they could have
I took
lost an
I
hour or
I have
something.
to look at the map. took a sleeper train one time from Paris to Rome, and that was overnight. And that's quite a distance, but that was overnight. So
Well, that's
I
a
would
long
think-
way. Paris to Rome's a long way.
right, and it was overnight. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't
How's it
believe
get through
this
the
was-
Alps?
I was sleeping. I don't know.
You
I
know,
bet that was pretty too.
I have to
We
tell
wouldn't-
you,
no,
that
it was
is,
pitch black. You couldn't see out the window.
can't see any.
It was pitch.
There's no
pitch
lights, there's
black.
nothing.
Yeah, so you couldn't see. I mean, maybe if you timed it to do it at a night where there was a full moon or something, but we couldn't. We tried really hard to look out the window. We could not see anything.
I am definitely that is something that I really want to do at some point in my life. It's like a bucket list thing for me. Is like I want a train ride with the sleeper car. I want like that whole experience. Let's go through the mountains. I don't care. It's cool.
Oh,
I
I
don't
would,
know
I,
what
I would
continent
love
I'm
to
on.
do it here.
You know?
There's a train that goes from here all the way to the West Coast, and you go through Denver and stuff. I thought that'd be super cool, right?
Yes.
I
But
took
anyway.
a Thales train once from Paris to Cologne,
Okay.
and interestingly, they stopped off, and I'm trying to think of what the country is right next door. But anyhow, they just sort of stopped and made everyone get off the train, and I'm standing there with my luggage.
Right, because you're not going to leave it on the train.
No, and so basically, I just followed everyone else. Like, we got on a commercial train for like 20 minutes, and that took us to Cologne. It was really weird.
Was it Liechtenstein?
No, it was.
So what
One of
you're
the
saying
smaller
is like
countries.
you were waiting for these guys to have a similar experience.
Yeah, I thought for
too.
sure like the people who were changing trains 3 times were going to end up there after the people who got to
Right.
sleep, which would have been hilarious. But
The other thing I wanted to say was on the sleeping train, the way that they had the sleeping, it just looked like they just had kind of a bench to sleep on.
Yeah,
They
they
were
didn't have
full-
a
they were
really
full
it's like
luxury.
little bunks.
They were fully clothed. They had their pillow. When I went, it was a bed. They came and made it up for you. And
Well,
pulled
did you go in the
sheets,
US?
Everything. Huh?
Nice.
Did you go in the US?
No, this was the one from Paris to Rome.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was like a full bed. It was like a legit bed, but maybe that's not the same arrangements they had. But anyway, I just was thinking that the time, like, it can't be that far. How long could they actually sleep? But I guess
Well,
some was
they
better
had to
than
get a
none,
few
right?
hours in because when we saw the second group, they stopped at like they had stopped like 3 different times, and it was maybe what 3 or 4 in the morning, and they'd already stopped 3 times. They've had to switch
Yeah.
their trains. So
And they were talking about how cold it was, and
yeah.
and that can be a
And-
little freaky because you're switching trains at 3 a.m. There ain't a lot of people in those train stations at 3
Sure.
a.m.
It can be a little spooky, especially because when you're in Europe, Europeans are so
And then
used
you're
to
in
traveling by.
Budapest, where there's
Yeah.
vampires.
Absolutely.
Beware.
But they travel by train. That's like part of like their culture. Like they probably start traveling on trains at a very early age, right? To go to
Yeah,
things.
if they're going from Paris to Rome, they probably don't think about getting on a plane.
I mean, no.
I mean, it's just kind of their culture as they get on the
They
train
could
and
just
go.
go to the train, right, and see the views. And so when you get off as an American, when you get off and it's late at night or it's very early in the morning and this train station is very empty, you feel totally out of place and people are just walking like they know exactly where they're going. Everybody looks like they belong, and you just feel like, so yes, it is a little spooky, a little weird. It's like, am I supposed to go this way, that way? What am I doing here? Because we just don't have that training that some of them do, but good job for all of them. They all made
Especially
it.
not in these flyover states, you know.
Absolutely. But the first 6 teams were able to get on that earlier train, and that left the end of the pack just 4 teams coming in a little bit late. So
Now
yeah,
I have to ask an opinion of each of you.
Yeah.
Do you think that it was wiser to get the train that you could just stay on and sleep through and arrive an hour, like lose an hour, compared to gaining an hour but not getting an appropriate amount of sleep?
If I was with a group of like 3 teams, I would have tried to convince the 3 teams, let's all do that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
then no one's really getting an advantage.
well, I mean, of the 4 teams that took that, 1 got eliminated. 1 moved up substantially.
Yes. Yep.
And then the other 2 moved down 1 spot each. So I feel
Yeah.
like maybe
It's better
it
to
wasn't-
get sleep.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it was
Or
it
was
was
this
good to
was
get-
this on the hour group?
that was
The
those
ones that
are the
were
ones
later,
that got
yeah.
to sleep.
Okay.
Those are the ones
Okay,
that
okay,
got to
okay.
sleep.
So
Okay.
the sleep really didn't help them.
So the hour
Well, the hour was
made the
worth it.
difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think so. Now that sleep could have made the difference for why Kylan and Taylor had such a much better leg, substantially better leg. So
That and the
maybe
fact that they can
maybe
juggle.
sleep.
It's because they can juggle. Let's be real. It's because they can juggle.
I don't know that they could initially.
I don't think they
just-
could going into it. I just
No,
think they're 2 coordinated people who.
They figured it
just,
out.
like, they
Yeah, that's
locked
what I
in.
mean. They figured it out
They're
pretty
actually
quick.
pretty good together, despite the fact that, like, to hear her talk, like, it sounded like they were struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I
But
think
I think
so.
they work a lot better than she did with the other guy, with Joseph.
He always has that little boy smile. Like, you know what I mean? He never really seems to be upset, even when they're getting stressed out. Neither does she. They don't look like they're gonna fight about it. They're doing their best. But they had a much better game. I was glad to or Blake this one. I was glad to see that. Okay, so at one point when they are on the way, they've reached Budapest. They're trying to figure out where they're no, sorry, they were when they were making their train arrangements. Joseph and his brother see Izzy and Paige, and they're gonna go, hey, whatever. And Jag and Jess walk up, and Izzy was not interested in talking to Jag.
They
and
don't get the same reception. Like Izzy still is like, I remember how things
yup.
were in the Big Brother house. Jag, she's not letting that go.
She's not letting it go. And it wasn't Jag that said it. It was his
Nope.
brother that said, "Oh, you know what, we might need to have to watch that, basically.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. We're gonna have to remember that, you know, they're not gonna be cordial with us. So we'll remember, because if they're afraid now that they would U-turn them."
Yes,
I think that might be foreshadowing.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. So anyway, everyone gets to Budapest and they have to go to these baths. And I'm going to tell you right now, apparently Budapest is full of these thermal springs, right?
Yes.
This one looked pretty cool.
It did. It
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That's nice. I liked how it had the spaces for like the chess players all around the outside of the pool. Like I don't think that was like a prop. I think that's like really there.
Oh yeah.
Oh
just
yeah,
you
no,
know, like-
they just figured, okay, where can we put the envelope?
Yeah,
And they go,
yeah.
"Hey, see the floating chest thing? That'll work."
Yeah, I like how it's like very steamy. You can't just have like direct eye contact. Like,
That's why the
it's a little
coolest thing was
moody.
the group that had the clue were right in the middle, and it was like all of that mist around them and stuff, and you
Yep.
couldn't really see them until you had to get in the water and move around.
Well, and there
and
were
start
enough
asking
people playing chess, you couldn't be sure which one it was till you
Right.
saw another team do it.
But I'm gonna guess that they should know better than to ask the first one standing next to the steps that go into the
Yeah,
pool.
yeah.
Like, that's not gonna be them. They're not gonna make it that easy. But I guess you got to process elimination anyway. So, but they all had their cute little bathing suits on for this, and I don't know, the idea of it being like the air's cold, but you're getting into this hot water. I don't know. I
That's
would
probably
totally
pretty
do that
nice.
challenge.
And if
I'd be
you
like,
were
"I don't wanna
tired,
find the
like
king. I'm just gonna stay here.
I know
for a
that's
while. I'm
just
gonna
it.
hang out."
You're like you've been up all night jumping trains.
Right.
I wonder if
And
it
you
has
go
I wonder-
walking into that hot water, you can be like, I am done. I'm done. I don't care about the $1 million. I don't want to leave.
I
Like,
couldn't
you'd be
help
so
think, though.
relaxed.
Do you think it has a sulfur smell?
It might.
They
It
didn't
might. I mean,
mention
thermal-
it.
Like that, yeah, that
Thermal poles tend
egg
to,
smell,
yeah. So it
Or
might a little
they
bit.
tend to have some sort of mineral deposit in
Yep.
them. But they didn't seem to say that this one was sulfur, and I would think somebody would have said that. One of the boys would have said that.
Yeah, like,
Tucker
oh,
would've
there would have
said
been a
that.
fart joke. There absolutely would have been a
Rubina
fart
would have been
joke.
like, "Tucker, smells like your farts." Don't you think?
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I that was really cool. I'd like to find something like that around here. So they do that. That's pretty cool. But everyone gets their little king, and it takes some of them a little bit of time to figure out that the clue
Get
is
that
hidden inside. They
open.
they open it up, and there's a clue inside. A clue that tells them that they have to go on foot to Vercelli, but I don't think that's right. But that's what my brain heard. Vercelli, because I wrote it
Yes.
down.
Yes.
Because
That looks-
Hungarian is not easy.
It looks similar to the chicken scratch I have written down myself, so we'll go with it.
Okay.
So it's just like the note I didn't take.
There you go.
And at this point, they have an option to they get told about. There's a fast forward that will allow the winner
Yes.
to go straight to the finish line with Phil, right? And so Tucker and Eric run right up there to do it, and they were the only ones that did.
I'm still
I can't believe
amazed.
Jag didn't take that.
Yeah, I'm so surprised they're the only ones.
I am really surprised as well. Unless you think, oh, they're doing it, I'm not going to waste my time.
Because only one person can get it.
Correct. First
Oh,
person that
okay.
Okay.
completes the
Okay.
challenge
All
gets
right.
it. And then if you go there and you try to, and then they beat you, now you've just wasted that time.
Got it.
So
Okay. That
that's
makes all right. Okay.
so you really have to
That clears my brain a little bit of this
think
whole
like,
thing.
are we puzzle minded people? Do we
Yeah.
have hand eye coordination and the dexterity to do
Right.
this really quick in this amount of time? Now, I will say, you guys were alive in the 80s. Could you have done those Rubik's Cubes?
With the instructions there, I think that if I was home by myself and it was like, okay, my challenge is that I have to beat this time and do this, I could do it. But if I'm standing there like in the moment freaking out, I don't know.
In the 70s, I believe. I don't think it was the
It was
80s.
I'm pretty sure it was the 80s. I think I would have been
Mhm.
too young for it.
I'm guessing, but I can remember that the only way I ever beat it was I took a key and I'd pop
You
off
cheater.
the middle thing, I'd take it apart and put it back together right.
Okay, so the what they had done there is they had done the pattern because they have some different patterns that you can set your Rubik's Cube up for, and then
Right. So all they had to
someone
do was follow the directions.
right. And this one was, I'm going to tell you, a fairly simple beginner's pattern. And I think I could have got it, but like you said, freaking out, you don't want to have the panic strike. But
Well, they only had like
don't time
a
yourself.
very
Pick
short
it up.
period of time.
Look at your thing, look at the cube, figure out the moves, and then just do that a couple of times. I feel like
Yeah.
you'd get it
Then
because
you
it's
just kind of have
memorization.
to memorize that. I feel like somebody who was like a gamer would be good at that.
And,
You
well,
know, that
you
kind
know,
of
some gamers that we know of. I
yes.
think that if someone had been there with you while you were trying to do it, like another team competing to try and get it, that would have freaked me out. But no one was doing that, so I think Tucker and Eric had a very good opportunity to
so
really
that it
thrive
is
there.
known to us and the viewers, the Rubik's Cube was invented in the 70s. It was officially released in 1980.
So
There
are
you
we
go.
both right?
I think that
David-
seems
Well, I don't know
very
when the craze-
both-ish.
David wouldn't have known about it in the 70s if it wasn't in the US
But
yet.
like we're talking 1980s, so
Well, 1980s really almost the 70s.
that's kind of the 70s, you know, like you could literally have a 1-day difference.
But that's all
I'm
makes
just
all the,
thinking,
that makes all the difference.
when
though.
I think of the 80s, I think of being like 16 or 18 or 20, not being 12.
Yeah,
Okay,
it all
well,
You know.
slides in there.
I was in school all through the 80s. I was still a kid. So therefore, for me, it's all the same. It's all childhood.
Yeah, but you see, it's grammar school versus, middle high school and college. So
yeah,
It's all the same to me. I was learning to read. I was learning to to dance to Tiffany.
Please, she wasn't
so
even
cool.
born. She wasn't even born in 1980.
I was.
Oh,
was.
were you? Okay. Okay, good.
Mhm. I was already talking at that point.
Okay. You were? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, so they get the Rubik's Cube and they get it. I don't know how long it took them, but it didn't seem like very long. And
They
gotta go
got to the end. It
Quick.
seems like way ahead of everybody
like
else.
they,
I mean,
they were at the hotel having a nap,
They literally
Yeah.
could have stood there, probably worked that Rubik's Cube thing for probably another couple hours and still been there first.
That's what it felt. Yeah, that's what it felt like. Again, I really wish we could see our timing, like our times,
How
but
come they don't do that?
I don't. I'm trying to
Didn't
figure out why
used
they
to
don't.
do that at some
Yeah,
point?
I've tried to figure out why they don't do it anymore, and I don't really.
I mean, like
I
you
don't
never.
know.
You sometimes you get the sense that a lot of time passed, and sometimes you can't really tell. Like the horse thing, were they there for 3 hours or 7?
Right.
I don't
I don't
know.
So yeah, so this is the point where they all have to go back out to get a taxi to go to the Verisal that they're supposed to go to. And Jack and Jess, they were the second team out of there and could not get a taxi. And they kept showing this, kept showing this. Did you
Oh.
guys think? I immediately was like, oh, I know why they're not getting it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
there's a common denominator here, and
Can I-
Everyone else was getting the
can I-
taxis.
Can
yeah.
I ask a question? Because I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think it's racism, or do you think that like the Sikhs don't tip? I don't know which it is, right? I didn't know.
Like an avoidance
Okay.
of.
In other words, they don't tip or they're bad customers or.
But isn't that in
That's
itself
still-
racist?
Well,
I was gonna say, I think that probably-
it is of course, but
the entire group is a monolith, so no one tips. Just
I think that
widely
it,
known?
yeah, I think that
Wow,
it
that's
probably
weird.
all falls into that, the soup of racism, honestly. And it was interesting because it's like, you did see multiple people of different races.
Well, not at
and
first, not at this point.
not at this
Not at
point,
this
but I mean
point.
throughout the catch
The
the
day, yeah.
cab situations,
Yeah.
because you had female and male,
Right?
but they were the only two that were really struggling to be able
Yeah.
to
Do you
get a
do you
taxi.
think it was the turbans or the
Yep.
beards?
Yes,
I-
yes.
I think maybe a little bit of both, but definitely
Yeah.
because as soon as they put their hoods up,
Then that's what they said too. And it
And-
hurts so much to know that, like, after that they were like, we aren't even gonna bother with
we're just gonna go take
with
the
the
subway.
taxi.
But you know what I did like when they circled back to the end of the episode and they approached another Sikh they found on the street
Oh my
and they're
gosh.
like
That was
and they're
cool,
like,
yeah.
this is a thing we do for each other. Like you are honor bound to help that person. You
Yeah.
have to,
Why
you
wouldn't
know.
you be if you're such a small minority, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and then you're in a place where you see so. I mean, come on, it's
It was
I think
touching.
if
We
I-
should all be more like that.
If I was in another foreign country and I saw someone with a Husker T-shirt on, yeah, best believe, and they were struggling, I would go up and help them.
Well, let's face it. If you
Yeah,
were in
that's
another
funny.
country and you saw somebody with an interview with a vampire T-shirt, you would walk
That
up
too.
and strike up
I
a
mean, there's a
conversation.
lot of things. There's a
There are
lot of
things.
things they could have that would make me go, I might need
Yeah,
to go
all
help
right.
them.
Yeah, I thought that was
you know your community, right?
I don't know. It sucks, is crappy to have to see them struggle through that, because okay, for all of the moral and emotional reasons, but then also just on a game level,
Yeah.
like,
that's
oh
not
my
valid.
god, like, that's so
They have their own-
unfair. It's
Already they're looked at as like very big competition.
yes,
now
like
they
the
have
competition.
The competition. Then they have to overcome this obstacle that
Well,
No one else
this
has it.
actually might be
Oh my gosh.
falling down to fifth might be the best thing that happened to their game.
I hope so.
I don't think it's a
Um,
terrible thing for them.
No, because it
either,
kind of
yeah.
takes the target off of them right now. They're kind of
Mhm.
right in the middle, you know.
But at the point that this was happening to them, all the other teams that had got out of there and gotten cabs had been lighter skinned and definitely not
Yes.
Sikhs. Joseph and his brother would have been the ones that were maybe, but like even them, but they were fine. So I was watching for when Kylan and Taylor and Chelsea and her dad came
Mhm.
out, and Rubina. I wanted to see, like, would these none of them had problems.
No.
So
Well, that's why I
makes-
asked
So
the
that's why
question.
it
It
makes
seemed
you
like a
think
very specific racism,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Like
yes. So
Yeah.
that's why, yes, that is why, because I if it had been all of them, you'd go, well, that super sucks, but also, like, at least they're not the only ones singled out. Do
And
you know what I mean?
they did finally get a cab, and you can tell, like, they were so grateful to finally be able to
Well,
get
but they
back
got
in the
cab
race.
with the hood up. So
Yep.
I wish we would have seen when they got in and put their hood down. Did the cab
Dude,
go,
oh! God.
"Oh,
Can you
touch
imagine?
me,
So
fall
I'm
again."
so glad someone finally
And they are
got them,
literally
but oh
the
my
sweetest
God.
guys, and they're
Yes.
talking about it on camera, and they don't seem bitter or angry or.
And
Do you
and
know what
again,
I mean?
I
Like-
don't know. It was hard to watch.
It was. I felt bad for them, but they're
Yeah.
they're awesome. Look how they just roll right through.
Yep.
They just find another way around.
That's what you gotta do. Persevere, I suppose.
They should go on Survivor. Anyway,
That's how
so,
they make it through this race. That's how they keep getting into the top 5, is they just keep going.
So the rest of the teams eventually make their way to the roadblock, and it is steer a coach. And what the clue says is something about coaching. So everybody thinks they're going to be coaching something. No one in their
everyone
wildest
thinks it's going to be
dreams-
the sports ball.
Hey, not a single one of them thinks
Fools,
it's going to be an actual
fools.
coach. What do you
Fools.
guys think of this
I thought that-
roadblock?
I sort of
think the
figured
challenge
like
was cool. I liked that they brought the horses in. I kind of thought this was my favorite. Like this challenge was probably my favorite in the whole episode because one, you got the whole thing with Izzy, which was really funny because
She was so
she's like
excited.
so pumped and so hyperactive all the
Who
time.
knew
I
Izzy
loved
was a
like
horse girl.
yes, and I loved where she's all like, you know what? I'm just trying to like keep calm because the horses can pick up
They
on
need
it.
me. They need me to be calm right
And
now.
just to like watch her demeanor like change when she was sitting in that seat and she's directing that thing all over the place at the end. And then the stuff with Joseph. Oh my
so
God.
funny. So hilarious. The way his brother
dogs on him.
rips him so hard.
oh, and then he's like, you can't turn that thing 1 inch, and then Taylor walks in, and
walks
suddenly you're like a
You're
professional.
super master horseman. And we got an amazing quote right here. Joseph is laughing because he can laugh at himself, and Joseph says, "Taylor lives on." And
yes,
I'm just gonna say, Miss Taylor, like if things don't work out with you and Kylan, like Joseph, I think he still really likes you.
Yep.
You know? I think
Joseph is such a
he's such a sweetheart.
Such a great dude. I love it.
He's such a caring person, right?
Yep, he's cute. He's smart. He's sweet.
Although he has popcorn muscles. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I have not
popcorn muscles. Is that a compliment?
I was trying to figure that one out. I don't know. Somebody please tell us.
Being a guy my whole life, I've never heard that before.
That's not a Peloton term?
No, it's not a gym term that I'm aware of either. But.
I've never heard it either. Popcorn seems like when things are popcorn, like popcorn ceilings, not great. Popcorn in general, when they talk about things being popcorn, makes them they're like kind of weak or filled with air or something, right? Like it's not great. They easily crumble. It's not great.
I don't know. I don't get it. Is it covered in butter? Okay. Popcorn muscles is a term used to describe individuals who have large, visibly impressive muscles but lack functional strength. All right. So for look.
Wow.
So basically he's all show no go.
Yeah, apparently that's what popcorn muscle is.
And Taylor had to say bye.
Maybe that's why.
That's why. But it was really cool. The horse thing, I thought really interesting. Jag and Jax, they have their commercial license, like they drive semi, so like a CDL is what I'm guessing, right?
Yeah,
that's the CDL, right? Okay. And so they kind of just use it like that. I think that really helped them. I think if you had ever tried to haul a camper or a boat, maybe this would help you, because you kind of
with a trailer.
You have to have a different mind about it, because yes, the horses are going to go a certain way, but they're pulling.
But don't you think the horses kind of know? Like I would think just less would be more. The horses know the route. They've been doing it all day.
But you still have to stay in control, because they're horses. They have their own mind. They don't necessarily have to do what you want them to do.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, there are horses that are very like, yep, I'm just going to keep doing the same thing. I know what they want. And then there are horses that are like, make me.
Oh, look, a squirrel. And they go that way.
Make me. There are naughty horses. And in fact, I encourage everybody, because this is going to make watching old Westerns even more fun. Just go find an old Western on TV, flip through the channels, go find an old Western and just watch it for 25 minutes. Watch for the naughty horse. There's always one. He's like ripping up another horse or trying to buck a guy off in the background. Find the naughty horse, take a shot. Thank me later.
Don't even have to watch what's going on in the movie.
Nah.
You can mute the whole thing, actually.
Just watch for the horse being a jerk.
So once they finish this challenge, they get their clue that they have to go to the house of Houdini.
Yeah.
And I got very excited. I really like Houdini.
Except it was a dumb challenge.
Yeah, I mean, the challenge could have been cooler, but it was more like a root through this and then get out of here.
Sure.
You know.
But still.
Unless you break your box.
Right.
With your popcorn muscles.
Right. So there was some strength there. But they said that wasn't Joseph, that was Adam did that.
Oh
It
yes,
was
yes.
Adam. But that was kind of cool. So it was a trunk that was locked, but it had like a puzzle box. So there was like a extra slidey panel on the bottom that would open up and have clues hidden in it. So you kind of had to be, I don't know,
That's where you had to ask, what would
a little sauce.
Houdini do?
So everyone moved through that really fast except for Joseph and Adam, who busted the key off in the lock. And then that clue then tells them that this is a roadblock, and they have to choose between juggling rings or balancing act.
Before we move on to that, can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Because you guys have watched way more of this than I have.
okay.
So you had a situation with the horses
Yeah.
where only one group could go. Did they
At a
get
time.
one attempt, then everyone else got an
Yep.
attempt?
Yep.
Okay,
you're
because
in
I'm
a
like,
line-
how else
you're
would
in-
it be fair?
You're now in a line. So if you get
So you
there
get one attempt,
first-
then you go to the back of the line.
right. If you get there first, you have the option. Yeah, but you
Because you
can
can keep
because
going if
one
there's
else
no
is-
one there,
There's
right.
no one there, and then as people start passing it, the line gets shorter too. And so I think at the very end, we ended up having, who was the last one there with the horse, and they got to keep just doing it and doing it and doing it, and until they got it. Probably was that Kat? Who was that? I don't remember.
No,
I don't remember.
I don't remember who the last one. I want
Oh, it
to
was
think it was
Rubina, wasn't it?
Chelsea. I thought it
Was
was
it Ch-
Chelsea and her dad.
Maybe
That was
I don't know.
Rubina.
Maybe it was Rubina.
Guys, it was like a whole 24 hours ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
and by the way, when Rubina goes, it's really cold here and I'm sweating, and the Joe's, oh, that's stress.
Pheromones are coming out.
I thought
those-
that was hilarious.
Those
That
two
was very
girls
funny.
crack me up together. They really do. They're funny sisters.
So at this roadblock, which one, or not roadblock? Was this the detour? Is that what they call this one? Which one would you choose? Which of the acts do you think
Based
you could
off
have
of
done?
based off of the clue alone, I probably would pick the juggling one because I'm always
Never-
afraid the balancing would be like up high, making it harder.
Mhm.
If it's just based off of that clue, if I knew
Well,
which
they
one
were
it
able
was
to
going to
they
be,
were able to suss out it was dancing though, because the first girls figured out it was dancing, or
Mhm.
yeah, if I knew
so
it
there was
was
something else there that was giving
Yeah,
them
there
a
was
clue.
some more information.
But and my feeling is, and I've only watched one season before this, is when you can avoid the dance competition,
avoid the dance.
always avoid the
competition.
dance competition.
If you know that is your weakness,
Mhm.
if you know that you're going to have a hard time, keeping in time with the music, this dance wasn't specifically super fast because they've had some that are very fast.
Yes.
But I think this one was the added balancing that stupid.
I was going to say, I
jug
don't
on
think
your
that it was
head.
like necessarily more difficult as far as the choreography goes, but having to balance it.
You either had
definitely
you
added
had
it.
a prop that you had to dance with, where either on your head or holding and
Yeah, I felt
movements.
like the dude in the back with the cane or the
Yeah,
staff. He got the much easier job.
Definitely. Yes.
Which is also fair because in any group you're going to have somebody who might have a little bit more aptitude for this, so you put them on the jug, right?
Yep.
So did
I'm on there.
anybody understand the whole thing about I haven't worn a dress in 18 years or whatever?
Yeah, she just hasn't worn a dress.
She's
Okay.
anti-dress.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know if there was more to it than that. I was like,
No, I think that there are some people who don't want to, of all genders, that just don't want to conform. They just like, that's not for me. I don't like it.
Yeah, and it seems like they
And it
always
might
have
not
a
mean any
parent.
more than that.
and then I love her
It's always-
sister giving the shot. Mom will be so
Yep.
happy you had to wear a dress.
I feel like there's always the parent that's like, "Oh, honey, come on, please, just wear one dress,"
And sometimes
So-
it's just they don't like it.
But I
And
give
that's
it
all.
then I give it up for her if she just doesn't wear dresses because she doesn't like them or doesn't
Yeah,
want to wear them, or maybe because they don't have pockets. I don't know the
Or
reason.
she just thinks they're
I hear
stupid.
that's a thing, like dresses don't have pockets, but
They're stupid.
yeah.
but anyhow,
There's
but she
not a thing.
did say, that I got, I want to be a good guest.
She
in their
did, yeah.
country. I don't want to,
But
And
okay,
I'm
like
gonna
let's
guess
just
Izzy
talk
didn't say
about
anything,
how
But I'm gonna guess Izzy's
Yes.
not a dress wearer either.
not a
her and
dress wear.
Paige.
I have
they-
to say though,
But
the
they're all-
dress
I
with the
just picture
baseball
Izzy
cap
like hanging
was
out in sweatpants all the time.
was really good.
with her flute.
Yeah. No, listen, Izzy has to perform for some very top-notch performances. I'm sure that Izzy has some very nice
Oh, she's the violinist,
professional
right?
clothes. No,
Oh,
flutist.
I'm sure.
She's a
Flutist.
flautist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
A
I think
But I
flutist.
don't
she's-
think that Izzy is probably one for wearing a lot of dresses and skirts. I don't feel like that's her vibe.
No. But I think, like, now that you mention it, with being a professional musician, she probably feels maybe a little bit more comfortable on stage with people
Yes.
watching.
Yes.
Not necessarily dancing, but maybe that helped her a little bit.
And now, girl, she dances when she's playing that flute. You got to just
Oh,
kind
that's true. Yeah,
of sort
yeah.
of like reach back just a couple years to like Big Brother. Now, remember when they were doing the what's it called, where they all had to like hold on to the bar? Was it the pressure cooker? They all had to hold on to the thing for as long as
Oh,
they
I
could
love the
all
pressure
night, and
cooker.
she was like dancing the whole.
Oh, she was. Yeah. She just got me. Maybe she just has natural rhythm in her that she's
Yeah.
this is part of who she is.
She's a mover and a shaker.
Whether she's a professional dancer, she still has that rhythm. And you
Maybe
can't
not a
lose that.
professional dancer. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They had a really good leg, actually. Yeah, they did good, but the stars of the dance competition were absolutely Hannah and Simone.
So much. Like they put
They did
personality into those dances. I was like,
Were they
wow.
one and done? They were one and done, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And
when they one and done it, they did the routine better than the ones that were there.
They
next to them.
did. They absolutely
yeah,
did.
did you see the guy who was judging it? He's like,
He was like, "Oh,
Wow.
yes, very well done. Do you
Yeah.
want to stay here in Budapest?
It was like a
We can
performance.
find
They
someplace
gave
for you to stay."
a full performance.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
was
they
like,
did.
and when they did that, I was like, that's my winner's pick.
And this is exactly why in the Amazing Race, if you have something that is skill based, if that team has that skill, they can really propel them forward.
Yep.
So that was awesome. And dancey things or musical things, rhythmic things are very common in the Amazing Race. So I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see something involving some sort of musical dancing, something routine
Yep.
later.
Cruisers, probably cruisers.
Well, when they did that little recap of the dances, I was looking for the Truesers for you.
Yeah, it was not there.
They did not show it, which was sad.
But
Anyway,
you know, it seems to me like they're much less picky this season than the season that I watched before. Like they had to be
Sometimes
perfect.
they really, yeah. Sometimes they are very meticulous, but I feel like it's down to the
And maybe
whatever
it's
the
when they get to like to
individual
the final
challenge is.
6 or whatever, they get tougher. Maybe that's why I'm
Maybe.
misremembering.
But I mean, okay, think about it. Like there's a couple that we have seen, but the requirement of it is very obvious, right? So like the flower challenge. If you have the wrong flower, you have the
it's
wrong
the wrong
flower.
flower.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But then you go to like the beer challenge.
Yeah, but like
You
they only
know?
rejected one bottle out of all the groups.
That's yes. And so that one it's like,
As long-
okay.
like the margin of error on the bottle was much wider. It wasn't like it's not there, so
Yeah,
therefore
yeah.
you shall
But-
not pass.
And it just seems like other ones that when we watched that other season,
Yes.
that it seemed like they were much tighter.
I'm not going to entirely disagree with you. I
Yeah.
do seem to recall a lot of like, it has to be perfect.
Yeah,
You know?
you know what? That doesn't bother me as long as they're being equal to everyone.
Yes. Yes.
As
Right,
long
I
as
mean,
how
yeah.
they're, but maybe they're just being a little easier on these Big Brother cast. I mean, again,
Wait,
they're
are you
all-
saying that they've dumbed it down a little bit? Is this like Celebrity Jeopardy?
I mean, I don't know about that, but maybe a little bit. But I think just by them all knowing each other and how tight all of the groups are all the time. I mean, last episode was the one where they got there were so many hours in between, but now it
Yes.
seems like they're kind of like bunching up again, right?
Yes.
And
And speaking of
we're s-
hours and bunching up, I'm going to take us and give us a 6-second break so that we can pause for a commercial, and then we'll be right back.
And that'll do it. We're
Okay.
back.
And now I don't remember what I was going to say, but
I'm
it
so
was
sorry.
something about how they're bunching up and because they are and because they know each other, this allows for some of these extra little things that they're kind of able to edit in, like the two teams that did the juggling
Yes.
challenge.
Yes.
Okay, so first first ones that go over there to do that are Joseph and Adam, right? They
Yeah.
initially decide they're going to go do it. And then Kylan and Taylor show up. Now, they had been like right next to each other finishing up at the coach,
Mhm.
right? Joseph, because Joseph did all good. He was a professional coach, but as soon as Taylor Hale got there, and then they get on to the next challenge, they pick juggling. Kylan and Taylor had no idea if that's what they were choosing. They just chose what was for them. They walk in, and it's that thing again where, oh shoot, they're here, and I feel like it threw Joseph off a little bit.
I agree. I think it did too.
But Taylor and Kylan, they get in there and they just start practicing. And I watching how they set it up. It was like, first you're gonna just you're each gonna have one. You're gonna just throw them back. Now you're doing two. Now we're gonna add a third one. Now we're gonna add a fourth. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly how they teach you to juggle. Because back in the 70s,
The actual
early
70s
80s,
or
Did
the
you
Rubik's
go-
Cube
I not
70s.
only had to juggle, I had to
Did you
learn
go
to
to clown
square
college?
dance.
This is when
Gen
during my
X is- our
during
pain is
my-
real.
during my
Square
smoke
dance was in
break
gym class,
from learning
right?
how to do the Rubik's Cube, I was learning
I
how
mean-
to juggle.
If you had just been a couple years older, David, they would have had taught you how to do the ventriloquism dummy. Like
No, that we didn't have, but we did have.
they did in
we
the
had-
60s.
The 70s were a magical time, friends.
And then, of course,
Stuff was weird.
I've Mandela effect. The Mandela effect has convinced me that I did nuclear attack drills, which apparently never occurred.
No, that was Matthew Broderick. That was War Games. I'm sorry. That was a movie, right?
There you go, living
That was Matthew Broderick
vicariously.
and Ali Sheedy.
But seriously,
yeah.
we had to square dance in
Oh yeah,
gym
I
class.
had a square
I'm
dance too.
fairly
Yeah.
certain we
Yeah,
had
but you're in
to-
Missouri. They kind of.
I didn't go to school in Missouri.
Okay,
Come on.
well, Missouri,
Listen,
Minnesota,
I hate
same
to tell
thing.
you, but Illinois is still in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Not Chicago. We don't.
Yeah, that's
What
the
do you guys
Midwest.
Are you guys just like a different dimension?
about
when
that's like-
come on.
That's the Midwest. Oh, name one giant, metropolitan area in the Midwest.
Chicago's
You're gonna get named first, literally.
Chicago, Minneapolis, St. Paul's, the other one.
Yeah,
St.
top of the
Louis.
line.
Oh, I would
Sorry,
say
buddy.
St. Louis would be.
Kansas
If like you asked me
City.
what the middle of it was.
Oh, Cincinnati. That's considered as Midwest.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were there. You were there, friend.
Anyhow,
Omaha
square
might be in the
dancing.
top
It was a
20, I
thing.
don't
Gen Xers can feel me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did do the square dancing. Yep. I
Wait,
did
is
the
that a
square dancing.
challenge? You can feel me.
Well, no.
Sorry. The
And your
inflection-
popcorn muscles.
The inflection was odd. Anyway, so
Okay.
so we see there's that flirt thingy that I don't know. There's a little tension there. Joseph has still a big
Well,
crush.
I mean, he's like
And-
trying to he's trying to
And she's
do
there
this
with
thing,
with
and
her
his
new
ex is there
boyfriend,
with the new boyfriend, and they're like killing it.
who's nice and friendly.
They're
Like, you
sitting
wanna
there
hate him,
like
but
doing a good job at this challenge.
you're like, damn. You know what? Every night before this, he's probably going to sleep going like, oh, they're way behind. We didn't do it. Because that is something we did here today. They said at the coach, when they started bunching up there,
Mhm.
that some of them hadn't seen some of these teams
Yes.
since leg
Yep.
1.
Yep.
These guys have no idea who's being eliminated each leg.
Yep.
They
It's all
are
a surprise.
They're not interacting, as they rest.
Yeah, I think this
overnight.
really answered the questions we had the last week about this. They aren't seeing each other and they're not getting updated.
So from Joseph and Adam's point of view, maybe they hadn't seen Taylor and Kyle. Maybe they already got eliminated.
yeah.
You don't know.
And now here they are.
Yeah, here they are. Anyway,
Here
and
they
then
are.
and his heart skipped a beat. And he was like, "Oh my god, I have to try this coach for her." Anyway, I'm gonna ship them. I'm sorry. That's just
How can you not? Like,
They're very
really?
cute.
I literally was thinking, I'm still comfortable with my winner's pick, but these boys are definitely my favorites.
And they just, for brothers, they're just like, they're
Yeah.
like best friends, and I don't know. They're,
And I mean, I
they're
have
pretty
to
great.
say, like, watching them try to get through that 10 seconds of juggling was a little bit painful,
Oh,
but there's some great things that were happening there. It was really funny. Like, the clown was great at his job. He did
Mhm.
good clowning.
Mhm.
When they finally got it and they tackled the clown, I about died. Like that was, that
Well,
was so funny.
so did anyone clock what attempt of that was that they got it?
It was in the double digits. It had to have been in the double digits. Where were we?
That when they finally did it, it was attempt 134.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
100
Oh my gosh.
and 34. And I'm just gonna say, my husband and I we were talking about when we were watching it, and I was like, I don't know which one I would have taken because I think both would have frustrated me for different reasons. But just by the fact that there was that clown there, like making fun of you when you did it too well, that's why that's not the one for me. Because I think I would have had to go up and punch that clown.
You're not wrong.
I don't really like clowns.
They make you a little nervous. Yep. Okay.
And B, I think when you get frustrated enough, maybe
I don't
wouldn't have
think, but
punched
I
him.
don't think he
Maybe
was
I wouldn't have
that
punched him,
bad.
but
He
I
wasn't
think
doing this at him or anything.
maybe I wouldn't have punched him, but
He did seem to be trying to root them on more than anything.
Yeah, I
there
didn't
would
think
have
he
been-
was.
I think there would have been some expletives, and he
Yes,
might not have understood
yes.
them.
No, it would have
But
been
there would-
hilarious if
Yes,
they
there
would
would
have
have
if they
been.
would have had a
lot
clown
of expletives.
actually mocking them every time they failed. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, the frustrations. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know. I've been watching Amazing Race since the very first season, and I don't remember anything taking this many attempts.
They
But-
were working pretty hard. Now, Christy,
It's a
if
lot.
this was our Amazing Race run,
Oh,
are we gonna like kill it? Are we gonna kill it at juggling, or is this the thing where we start yelling like "f you" at each other and "f you" at the clown? Like,
I
is
think
this-
you two would just start yelling "f you" at each other, and then a line to destroy the clown.
I would never yell "f you" at Jamie. I just wouldn't.
I would
She
just
be my
yell
partner.
"f."
She would be yes. I would be mad at my. I would be more mad at myself.
We'd just be yelling "f."
But I wouldn't yell at her.
This
because
would be
she's
like
my
the,
partner. I
the
would need
famous
her.
bleep episode of the Amazing Race.
There would be a lot. There would be
Maybe they're working the- working the
123
bleep button.
attempts and 124 beeps.
and it would have been like, this is the stupidest thing ever. I think I would have been like flinging them like frisbees. Like, I hate these
Done.
things.
I
They're
hate
stupid.
racing. It's stupid.
So stupid. So stupid. It probably would have been something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know that I would have. I don't know that the dancing probably would have. I don't know.
I don't know that that's the one I would have gone for. I feel like I would have gone for the juggling thing.
I mean, once you saw Hannah and Simone do it, like I was like,
how could you do
okay.
it without
okay.
shame?
But I don't think I could. I couldn't remember it that quickly.
Yeah.
I would have had. I think somebody was doing the dancing. I think somebody did a 9th attempt on the dance.
Ugh.
If I remember right, I saw it at some point in 9th. So that would.
Nobody would want to see me doing the dancing. Let's just say it like that. It's not my skill. Definitely not my skill.
Yeah, no. Yeah, now would it be a stereotype to say generally you don't see a lot of tall girls that are professional dancers?
Yeah, you don't. Not you know. You don't see it's like
probably
gymnasts.
fair.
You know, you don't see
Right. You don't
tall
see a lot of
gymnasts.
6-foot gymnasts out there.
Right.
But I'm
Right.
gonna say right now, David, if you were my partner in the Amazing Race,
You'd be doing
we
the
would've-
dancing.
We would have done the dancing, and I would have
Mhm.
made you do the jug because
Yep.
I think it would have just sat right there and not moved. I think it would
Yep.
been good.
That's exactly
It would-
right.
Perfect landing
Put a little
spot.
stick 'em up there, and we're all good.
Just like lick
Just
it
fog.
and
Yeah,
get
just
nice
fog it up.
and then but Jag and Jazz had the issue of their turban being slippery.
Oh, no.
Again.
So you want to
yeah,
get a little
another
you want to
issue
get a little
today.
sweaty, get a little
Yeah. Little
clammy.
condensation.
get it vacuumed right on there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I have
that.
absolutely no sense of rhythm at all. If you
Yeah,
saw
but
the
you
jerk,
can
if
you can
you saw the
fake
jerk,
through
I'm like
it.
Steve Martin's character.
You can fake through it.
But
I've
I've
seen you
seen
time
you
warp enough
dance
times. You can do it.
before.
Yeah, you could fake your way through this. You're
Well, the
fine.
time warp is,
So you would have
Yeah.
been definitely wearing a dress, is what we're telling you.
Yes, you would have
that's
been
all
wearing the
right. It
dress.
wouldn't be the first time or the last time.
No.
So yeah, so everyone makes their way from there, and at that point, they are supposed to go on to the Buddha Palace. Now, Tucker and Eric have been waiting at the Buddha Palace with Phil for hours.
Oh, they've
at this
ordered
point.
they've ordered cheeseburgers, they've ordered desserts. They're getting a nightcap at this point.
They have said, "Let's go." How many times? Like, uncountable amounts of times.
On their
okay?
124th attempt of screaming, "Let's go!"
And we saw Matt and Steph came in second, and they are really still really doing well. Those
Yeah,
two,
they are. They really are.
really proud
Yep.
of them. And then Izzy and Paige came in third, and Izzy said, "That's where we want. That's our spot."
That's our
Right?
spot.
You don't want to be 1 or 2 because people take shots at you. But if you can hang out right in 3 and make it to the end, you are the final 3 teams running, and you
Yep.
pull ahead.
I have
So
to say, I like Izzy better on The Amazing Race than I ever did on Big Brother.
you know
Yeah.
why? You want to know why?
Because she gets
She
to
has a-
move.
She has a lot of energy, and all that
Yes.
energy tied up in the house was
Too much.
annoying
Yeah,
for her.
she annoyed the crap
Mhm.
out of me in the
No,
house, but
it was
here
annoying
she's
for her. I'm sure she was
Yep.
uncomfortable and making
Poor
everyone else
Sari.
uncomfortable.
Oh my
But
gosh.
here she's able to run and yell and scream and cheer on her lady friend, and like they're having the
Just
best
go,
time.
go, go.
her special lady
and-
friend.
And
Especially your friend, yeah.
I love Paige. I just do. Like
They're-
humor, perfect, cute as a bug, good
Yeah.
couple.
yeah, they're really great. And then we had in fourth place Kylan and Taylor.
Worked their
They
way
got
up,
Going through the
didn't
bullet,
they?
where did they start that day? Like in
ninth.
ninth.
They
yeah.
went up
Ninth, yeah.
5 places, guys.
They did
They
good.
made their move, and they are in the top now. They're not even in the middle. You know what I mean?
And for like a minute, didn't they think they were going to have to use that express pass? And they were
They
like,
thought about it,
"Ugh."
and that was before they went to do the coach, and they said,
Yes.
"Should we use our express pass?" Well, let's just go in and see.
Yeah.
They
We'll
went
try
in.
it once and we'll then decide.
They did it almost immediately. Kylan did it, right? He was amazing at it.
Good energy for the
And-
horses.
And they saved their express pass. They have it for another time.
Good for them.
So
They're
Yeah,
going to
and
need it.
Jag and Jazz still have theirs too. So those
Okay,
are-
so as an Amazing Race newbie, I want to understand if you get U-turned, can you then you can lay your express pass down like denying it,
Like an Uno reverse?
I feel like yes.
I don't
U-turn,
remember if this
express pass.
happens.
I feel like yes. I feel
But-
like that negates everything else. The day is over. You go to the end. Like
Seems
it's
like it,
that's-
right?
Yeah, yeah. So having that in their back pocket to be able to use against the detour, because on that detour, having to do both sides of the
Yes.
detour is sometimes extremely hard.
Yeah.
Especially because you see it, and it maybe the two are not extremely difficult, but they're usually both difficult on their own. But the idea that you're so tired from doing the first one,
Yep.
and then you have to go, then you find out that you have to do the second one because you usually don't find out. Do you
Yeah.
find out?
And then you have to, you not only have to do the second one, you have to find your way to the second
and
one.
it's like, yeah, and people usually it just messes with them.
It
They
really
get
does.
negative, and then when they get negative, it gets hard.
Yep. It's not good.
Yeah, so after Kylan and Taylor's Jag and Jazz, so they are sitting right in the middle of the 9 packs that are the 9 teams
spot,
going
yep.
for next week. They're right in the middle.
Right.
But then that means that because next week is, spoiler alert, is going to be a double U-turn, which means 2 teams will be U-turn next week. Now, that means Tucker and Eric are not getting U-turned because they're in the first place. Well, they might. I mean, if something could happen on the way to the U-turn, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
To that box. But probably nothing's going to happen, and they're going to get there, and they're going to be one of the teams that gets to U-turn another
So
team
who do they pick?
immediately.
Do they go after Jag and Jazz, you think?
I don't.
Okay, I would say in
Because
other
they're not-
seasons,
They're not in
Another
a
s-
bad accompaniment with them,
But
but
they-
they're
how
not
do-
partnering up with them.
But they're 4 positions behind. I mean, that
you
doesn't
guys,
seem.
they don't know where people are.
Yeah, that's true. They don't know what place they're in.
That's the difference this game. I feel like in other seasons,
You're right.
they could be all right.
Knowing
They're
what-
calculating, right? They're
Knowing
calculating
what
who-
place somebody's in.
I think they U-turn Izzy.
Tucker? I don't know if that Tucker. I don't know.
The
that,
thing is that Tucker and Eric got there so far
if
ahead of
they
everyone.
got if they
They
have it
do
and they
not
get
know.
to use it.
They will not know who's in second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. They do not know.
I'm gonna say I cannot imagine that team, if they got to U-turn somebody, my money is on. They're going to either U-turn Jag and Jazz, Joseph and Adam, or Taylor and Kylan.
Taylor and
Well,
Kylan
I
might
don't-
make sense.
I don't think they're gonna.
It'd be funny if they
They're not
U-turned
going to U-turn
Rabina.
Taylor and Kylan because every leg so far they've been running, and it's like been the same four teams kind of running
Seeing
into
each
each
other.
other.
Wait, conspiracy theory. Maybe
Okay.
they U-turned Rabina and that's why they broke up.
Maybe.
That's my theory, and I'm
If
sticking
he
to it.
does that, he
Well, you know they
deserves to be
broke up
with.
after the show. They're
Yes,
not
but
together.
if he
Yeah,
does that, then
but
he
it-
deserves it.
From
literally.
all appearances, it seemed like it was like it didn't seem too ugly.
I feel
Um,
like it's very. They might U-turn Jag and Jazz because they know. That
I think
they've always
that's
been in
who
the
it's
front.
going to be because also there was like the moment which we kind of didn't talk about that, but when Jag and Jazz were still looking for a taxi to pull over for them and these guys had finished the Rubik's Cube, they walked right behind them and down into that subway as they were like up there on the sidewalk still, like they didn't even see them walk in behind them and go down those steps. So they saw that they were still out there. And if that's
that's what I'm saying. So they would
Like
if that's
right
the
on their
group they're
competition.
seeing, if that's the group they're seeing the most,
You want to
then you want to get them off your
penalize-
tail, you know.
Yeah, and if they think that they're right there.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think my strategy would be go after who you perceive as your biggest threat,
Yeah, if Jag and Jazz
regardless of
got
what position they're in.
if Jag and Jazz got the U-turn, were able to give the U-turn, assign it, I do have no doubt it would go to Izzy and Paige.
And the other one is just random.
No, it's be the first two teams that get there. Now, they have the option. So the first team can turn someone, and then they go and do whatever they do. The second team gets there, they have the
Right.
option to U-turn someone. They can choose not to, in which case now the third team that arrives there has the option to U-turn someone again, and that just keeps going until a second team is U-turned. So it could
Right.
be the first two teams that show up there.
So
Well, why
okay.
wouldn't you if you're not
You
having
would.
to deal with them all the time?
So if Tucker and his brother get there and they get to give a U-turn and they give a U-turn to somebody, it's inconsequential who it is at this point for my question. The next team, if you're looking at who has the biggest head starts, the highest level chance of the next team is going to be Nats.
Nat and
right?
Steph. Mhm.
And so Nat and Steph get there and they have the second U-turn. Can they give that U-turn to Tucker and his brother?
No, because they've already
Okay, it's
asked
only people behind them. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
There we go.
So, and I think that
Could the second U-turn be at a different spot? In other words, could it be at the
No.
next stop?
it's always at that board. It has to be
Okay.
determined right there when you get there, and you have to make the decision while you're there before you start
You
it.
have to place it on the board. Yeah.
So, but what you said earlier about can they use the express pass to bypass the U-turn? I believe that they can because that is something they earned. Why would it not be? Why
Yeah.
could they not use that advantage to help them when they've been disadvantaged? So, with that being said, everybody knows that they have the express pass and that they gave the other one to Kylan and Taylor, right?
Right.
Yes.
Maybe the smart thing to do is to U-turn those two teams to force them to use
Make
their
them play
express
it.
pass.
Force them
Well,
Flush
to
these
play
that
aren't
out.
Survivor players, so they would absolutely be doing that. We're
Well,
going to flush that
No,
idol.
but I think they're smart enough to know. I mean, maybe more so than other Amazing Race players would have thought strategic. They do have
Agree. Yeah.
strategy in their background for playing these games, so that could happen. We saw in the previews again. Spoiler if you don't watch the previews, Izzy gets super pissed off. She is super pissed. So
I didn't see the previews. Recap the previews for me.
It does
Uh,
say on here that additionally a team that is U-turned may use an express pass to skip the other side of the detour.
they would just have to do their one side. Is that it?
Yeah.
Or they go straight
Okay.
to the
Upon
end.
drawing a U-turn, the team member who did not attempt the challenge must go back and complete it. The pass applies if the team has used fast forward at the stop. The finish line festival is the main gathering spot for this. Okay. And yeah, a team that is U-turned may use an express pass to skip the other side of that detour.
So basically,
Oh.
just it nullifies the U-turn, but it doesn't.
Send them straight to the end.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. I think that it should. I think it should let you go straight to the end. But anyway,
Yeah. Use it as it's
Um,
meant to be. Yeah.
we're having a really crappy leg. We're gonna use this.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see who goes. I don't think Eric and Tucker will see Nat and Steph as a threat. Sad but true.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. I mean, it just really depends on who gets there first, right? The order that they reach the U-turn.
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely. I know that I don't think we even have to question Jag and Jazz get there first, or if Izzy and Paige get there first. That's who's going to get the U-turn. They're going to go after each other's teams. They've already talked about it enough times. We know that will likely
Yeah.
be the outcome of that. I
and
I can only see Tucker and his brother like. I feel like they're just going to be like, they have to go after another team of dudes. Like I just don't think they would think much further than that, honestly.
who do you think they would do Jag and Jazz?
I would say that it would be Jag and Jazz or Joseph and Adam, but I think most likely it'll be Jag and Jazz that they go
If
after.
it ends up being Jag and Jazz, I can see them getting there, seeing that they're U-turned. Maybe
Yeah.
they're ahead of, maybe they end up there in third place.
Yeah.
They get there really quick and they see that they're U-turned. And what you do when you're U-turned is you U-turn someone else, because you're gonna make
Right.
dang sure that you make a big
You're not
enough.
the last one. Yeah.
So if Izzy and Paige aren't there, maybe they do
Mhm.
turn them. The problem is that sometimes you don't know who's been there yet. And if you turn a team that has already gone through, they're not U-turned because they've already done it.
Okay. Okay.
They would already be gone. So you have to really kind of be smart to know who's behind you.
Well, that's going to be interesting when they're not getting that information.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know how they'll do this. Well,
And
you know
I'm-
what? It makes it for more interesting going forward next week as to how this will play out.
And I think I was trying to think tonight who was showing up on the mat at the same time. And didn't Hannah and Simone get there the same time or step on the mat like just right with Joseph and Adam?
Yeah, they were really
Yeah.
Okay.
close. Yep,
So
they were
know
close.
where they are, because it's like, how do you judge where? The only way you would know is
Well,
if you
didn't Jag
saw
see the
them.
team? Didn't Jag and his brother see the team before them?
Well, I
Kylan and
think
Taylor?
Kylan and I think
I
and
think they
Taylor
saw
and
each
Jag
other.
and Jazz saw each other. Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of their only way to go, and so they run up there, they find out what their place is. So you might know someone who got there before you or after you, because you kind of see them still around, maybe. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only information that
Yeah,
they seem to
and
be
you know what?
getting.
Honestly, I think the team that is probably the safest out of anyone right now is Natalie's team. Natalie's team. I
Yeah,
think
I
they're
think
probably the safest position with all the
they're-
other teams.
Well, because Jag and Jazz will not turn them, you turn them.
Yep.
They've already had this alliance, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
they're in
think
a good
Jag and Jess
place.
would turn U-turn them. They would, if they got there first, they wouldn't U-turn Eric and Tucker, and I don't think they would U-turn. Well, they might do Eric and, but they wouldn't do Joseph and Adam either.
No,
If they got
they
there,
wouldn't. Yeah.
they seem to be playing a very high integrity game so
Yes.
far, right?
Yes, I believe that is true. Yeah.
Despite them not being able to get a cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. We just got to wait and see how they make these U-turn rules if they don't know who's in what place.
Really smart, I think. Maybe it is smarter for them not to be letting them know what places they're in and not giving them that information.
Except it
Based
makes
on-
the U-turn a little more random, right? Because they don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, yeah.
a little more random, but
but
all
d-
the
is it
pre-gaming,
random?
like
Is it random?
alliancing.
Or is it's like you have to
Well,
kind of take a chance.
you wouldn't
It's a
want to
game
give.
of chance, right?
You wouldn't want
Yeah.
to give the. You wouldn't want to waste the U-turn on the team
Right.
in 9th place. But if you don't know who they are,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there was a year where someone U-turned someone who'd already passed it and they didn't know, because somehow they just thought that person was
Or
behind
just
them, but
like
they had moved ahead of them.
upset somebody who's not in the middle or in the front row for no reason. Like
Yes,
you don't want to make an enemy for nothing
Right.
either.
right.
And
that's why sometimes the ones that
U-turns
get-
definitely make enemies.
So that right there might be a reason why Eric and Tucker won't U-turn someone. But I just feel like with Tucker's personality,
Oh
he
yeah.
would use it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but
if
maybe not his
Angela was
brother.
still in the game, and didn't matter if Angela was in last place, he would have used
True.
it on Angela.
That's true.
crazy eyes.
No, he wasn't Crazy Eyes.
Now that
I
was
know.
Matt.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I feel like they would. I don't think a Jag and Jess, but I don't think maybe Nat and Steph wouldn't either if they'd got there first.
I don't know.
You know, like
We'll
why?
see. We're gonna.
Why pick
That's
up?
why they're
Leave
interesting
those
things to.
available. Leave those available to those teams at the bottom that really need
Yeah.
some sort of advantage to place on someone else.
It's
they
a
can get
really
ahead.
interesting social thing that it puts into the game, and
But
for
we
a game
did
that
see-
doesn't require a ton of alignment and a ton of social game, it does require some. And this, I've watched this make like enemies for life happen. So
I meant to see.
like there are former players of Amazing Race who have been U-turned by other players, and to this day
will not
are
speak.
social media enemies. So
I gotta imagine Rachel would be awful butthurt if she got U-turned.
it was actually Franzel who got really upset.
Listen, no. Yeah, next week's gonna be good, guys, because we have these different
Yeah,
personalities with different.
I'm looking forward
strategies,
to it. Starting to get
it's
into
gonna be good.
the game a little more.
David, we did see on that piece of video that they showed for next week, Rubina really crumbling down.
Yeah,
and having a
she was having
meltdown.
a
There was
moment.
because something about, I want to paraphrase what she, something about why is it so hard, or this is so hard, or something, and she's like really emotional.
And I gotta say, listen, okay, I'm not poking fun per se, but when you
You say
are
that's what she said.
when you are a tiny like petite person and you are rolling around on your back in a 4-second clip, I'm just saying.
she's going through it.
I've seen the same thing happen to a 4-year-old.
Okay, I see what you're saying. She is really spunky though, so for her to get down, she must
it's
really
because
be going through it.
she's one of those people that are like grin and bear it, grin and bear it, grin and bear it, and collapse.
Yeah.
I really have been enjoying her and her sister, and they're fun. They are fun to watch, and they have goofy personalities.
I mean, I don't know what our fans think, and I don't know what other fans, Amazing Race fans are thinking, or Big Brother fans for that matter. But I am really liking these kinds of players playing this game against each other. It's fun. It's fun to see people compete against people that they know.
Yes,
right.
People that
but
they
is it
people
just fun
that they
we
know.
know them too.
Well, that makes it more fun, but they tease each other in a way that strangers won't do, you know.
When we were kids back in the day, there used to be a TV show that they had on. It was always Sweeps Week, because back then they had to get the ratings, and it was, I believe ABC did it, and it was Battle of the Network Stars. David, do you remember this?
That was in the 70s.
And I think into the 80s. It was amazing, right?
Oh, it was. Lee Majors and who was the person who played the Bionic Woman?
Lindsay Wagner.
Right. And so, like, you know, every kid in the world thought they were together. Of course they were not.
Oh yeah, everyone shipped them, right? Yeah.
Right. But that, I remember they both played one season. I think they put them on different teams.
Well,
and they
no, because it was network against network, so they would be on the same team.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're right. NBC,
and
ABC,
then the other thing I remember
against each other
about the Battle of the Network Stars is the late 70s. Everybody wore, like, even the basketball players, everyone wore like the Bruce Jenner short shorts.
The very short shorts.
Yes. So
wait, hold on a second. Why do you remember that?
I just do, because they were awful.
No, you remember because you have a thing for gold short shorts, and
no, that's no. If it was a gold Speedo, that's a whole different.
That's a different thing. It's kind of.
I may even own one of those.
I don't know. People talk about the short shorts in the 70s for guys, and I don't remember them. I don't remember them being cringe.
Oh, just Google the Battle of the Network Stars. They're all wearing them.
Yes, I understand.
Guys, the short shorts are back.
Cringy. I never thought they were cringy.
Yeah, and they're back. They're back at the same length too. I mean,
listen, I'm just gonna make a PSA out there for you.
Made a full round.
you know what, guys, you can show your bodies too. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
It's
allowed.
fine. It's allowed. Fine.
Super okay.
Anyway,
Popcorn
Oh my
muscles
God,
be damned.
it ran for 12 seasons.
Battle of the Network
First
Stars.
Very
It was a
popular.
great show. But what I was going to say was the fun of that was that they knew each other. They knew the other stars on their team,
Yes.
right? Because they were all in this employed by
Mhm.
the same network. But they knew the other stars too, kind of, right? So it was like fun rizzing each other, and there was like, it was fun. And this kind of has that kind of feel, right? Because
Yes.
they kind of know each other. They can make jokes, and so I like that. It's
Yeah, and
fun.
I feel
They
like
have a
they all
background.
get along. Like they all, on some level, like don't have a bunch of ugly
Because
beefs.
Amazing
know?
Race isn't their make and break career. This
Yeah,
is
they
just
don't have
this is
ugly
bonus
beef.
to what they've already done,
Yeah,
right?
it's fun. It's like it's not like the way that the Road Rules was, where everyone was like really mean to each other because they had real world drama.
Yeah.
But
I
this is
mean, the
more
only
fun.
thing that could be better than the Battle of the Network Stars and this Amazing Race season would be the Laugh Olympics. Remember that?
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Okay,
I'm
so
just gonna go. Well,
so
This
one
is the weirdest
one-
and nostalgic episode
Sorry.
we'll ever do.
one quick question about Battle of the Network Stars.
yeah, go ahead.
What featured actor from Star Trek The Next Generation appeared in season 2 of Battle of the Network Stars in 1977? And he played for Team ABC. I'm shocked. I was shocked when I saw it.
I'm trying to think who
Team
else had a TV show
ABC?
before that.
Well, let's see. Shatner?
Not Whoopi Goldberg.
No, it's Next Generation.
That's Next Generation.
Yeah, Shatner was in there for 82.
But he wasn't Next Generation.
No, this is
No.
in this is
Did
in
Patrick was Stewart in it? Patrick
Nope.
Stewart?
No.
Nope. It wasn't
Hmm.
that main a character.
Oh, well, you've already lost my interest.
No,
then.
it's a main character. It's just not Patrick Stewart main.
Well, it's not Wesley. It's not Wesley Stryker because he would have been not old enough
Born.
yet.
You'd have been a baby.
All right,
Little
I'll tell
baby.
you.
Troy? Is it Troy?
Nope. LeVar Burton.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Duh.
Take a
Roots.
look. It's in a book, man.
Because he was in
Oh,
Roots.
we always forget about him. Love LeVar Burton. Okay. Anyway, this has been Nostalgia Hour with the Gen Xers. All right, guys.
All right, don't wear
well,
the short shorts. They're gross, no matter what Jamie or what Christy
fine.
says.
They're fine. You
They're
know what?
fine. It's the perm you have to look out for. That's what that's
Oh,
the
the
thing
Gabe
I can't
Kaplan
back up.
perm.
Yeah, it's back. It's so back. You got it.
Gabe Kaplan. Make
I said
sure
that right.
you enunciate. Okay, so
Oh, did I say gay Kaplan?
well, it might have sounded that way.
We
but
can
that's
call it
okay.
that
That's
too.
my
It's all
Chicago
right.
accent.
That's fun. Your
Um,
non-Midwestern
My
Chicago
non-Midwestern
accent.
accent, right? It's not like
Right,
you
right,
go to
right,
Little
right.
North. It's like, yeah, hey there, what's going on over
That,
there?
well, that's different. That's different. That's not Midwestern either. That's different. Anyway, all right. Well, I guess that's all we have. Our teams are all still kicking butt.
Heck yeah.
They're moving up, moving down, moving around. It's fine.
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
could our
We're
teams
sitting at
be the
4th, 5th,
final
and 6th
3?
right now.
They could.
Well, it's 4th, 5th, and 6th right now. So
Yeah.
So
They're right-
who's,
they're
who's
right
gone
in the
next
middle.
week? What's your guess? Who's getting cut?
Chelsea and Jack.
I kind of think so too.
I
Yeah.
think it'll be Chelsea and
Or
Jack.
Miss
I
Rubina.
just-
I think
They're-
Rabina's gone.
They're not giving a lot. They're not getting a lot of airtime. Honestly, they're not getting a lot of.
They had no
uh,
airtime on this show
Mhm.
Zero
Yeah.
airtime.
because I forgot they were
Um,
even there until the end.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I just think the thing that they said where Jazz actually was said they were going to remember that Izzy gave him kind of brushed him off.
Yep.
That was foreshadowing. But there's not been any Chelsea Jack. I mean, they're not, and I just think that they don't have anything to edit. In
They're
for
not,
them.
building anything up on it. So
Yeah.
you're
So,
right.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I think it
good.
could be Chelsea and Jack. Though I,
think
mean,
so.
it could be another team. I hope it's not. Rubina gets emotional. She doesn't want to let Christina down. So maybe it's just that she's
Just
being
a
tough on
moment.
herself.
Mhm. Yep.
And she'll pull it together, like she did with the chairs in the
Yes.
birthing, right? When
She's got it. They have the ability to
yeah,
persevere. They
yep,
got
yep,
it.
yep, yep. So I think it'll be Chelsea and Jack. You guys agree? Disagree?
Yes.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think so too.
I think that's a good bet.
Yeah. Oh well. Everybody's had a good run, but this week we said bye to Kat, and so now she'll be able to talk about it on all her socials.
Yeah,
Which
now
Jamie,
she can talk about the shows.
yeah, I wonder if she's posted anything today.
Yeah.
But
Right. So Thursdays are kind of our thing, I think. Is that
Yep.
seem
Yep.
like
Yep.
what
Looks like
we're
we'll
doing?
still keep
we got to be here next Thursday. We'll see what are they staying in Budapest? Are they going somewhere else? We'll have to see.
And if you're watching Survivor, you can see Jamie Joe. She goes live on Wednesdays after
Wednesdays. US
after
Survivor.
the US Survivor. right?
approximately 15 minutes after
Ish.
the episode.
Yeah, it's more like 28, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it really
we'll go
depends.
with it.
People
It
have to
depends
get their
on what
drinks
is
ready.
happening. Mhm.
We have to go to the bathroom first. We have to get ourselves settled down.
There's usually a kid to get into bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes the kid has to be put to bed. There's things,
You know,
so,
we
yeah.
live a very full lives over there in the podcasting world.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
All right. Well, at this time, we should wrap this up and let you know where you can contact us. You can come over to, which one will I do first, David? You can come on over to Facebook, visit us there, tally the votes. The three of us are there. Other people are there. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about, and you can disagree with us. That's fine too. Tell us we're
Yeah.
wrong. That's over at the Facebook. And you can also send us an email if you so choose. That would be at tallythefeedback@yahoo.com. And you can give us your winner's pick. Who do you think? Maybe you think Chelsea and Jack are going to win the whole thing. I think you're wrong, but you might think that. I don't know. And we have a couple of places that you can watch us here, like and subscribe here on YouTube. You can listen to our stream at Tally the Votes. You can find us on the Jay and Jack Network. If you do subscribe to their whole enchilada feed, we're there, along with Jamie doing US Survivor with Jack and Colleen, and Jack and his lovely wife Cindy are doing their amazing race rundown. And we've got the Ramblecast and the broadcast with some truly lovely people. I must have just binged like 3 episodes of Ramblecast today. I feel very close to these guys.
Lovely people and Jack.
And I'm just going to tell you, if it ever gets back to them, I could smoke them all in the meme show. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And the Jay and Jack Network is a Patreon network, and you could be a patron of Jay and Jack. Go to Jay and Jack. No, patreon.com/Jay and Jack. Did I do it
There
right?
you go.
That's what it is.
Aren't there some people we're supposed to thank?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Listen to me. I'm remembering everything.
It's all
Oh my
falling into place.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna do it. I usually get
There's
panicked when I have to
layers.
say
There was a
something. I'm gonna
break.
do it. There are 4
in place.
special patrons that we want to thank at this time. They contribute at a significant level, and that is Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman, and Eckhart Richter. Did I do it right?
You know what's crazy is
I
like
want to contribute, so you'll have to thank me. every week.
anytime
Did I
I
do it
feel
right?
like it's
That would make me so happy.
anytime it's out of order, like my heart
throw
does
you
like
off?
a little like jump, you know? Like I'm jumping from the high dive, like, oh, here we
Well,
go. Is she gonna
I
land
almost
it?
felt like
She landed it.
I did it,
You
guys.
did.
That's pretty good for a
Right.
blonde.
So
Thursday
until
night
next
on
week.
Jabs.
Yeah. Oh no, not Hasta Luego. That's somebody else's thing.
Yeah, that's
we'll see.
Jack's thing.
We'll see you next week, guys.
We're out.
Goodbye.
Bye.